If you know where to look, it's easy to discover chapters of Oregon history that teach you much about our past, our heritage, and even indications of our future. Hi there, I'm Grant McComey, your host for Travel Oregon's Grant's Getaways, and this week we embrace a chapter of Oregon history that's being developed and restored by a community that values its history and wishes to share it with all of us. Come on along as we explore the Kilchis Point Reserve. Kilchis Point Reserve is about as grassroots as it gets. And Gary Albright leads a small army of volunteers who've built miles of trails to prove it.
Oh, it's so wonderful. After a couple dry days, you get a wet day, and then the rough-skinned newts come out by the hundreds.
It's a trail unlike any you've ever traveled. Old-growth spruce trees and tidal-churned creeks and wetlands that are always by your side. Look at that view. Now that is a payoff, huh? What am I looking at here?
This is Cape Mirror straight ahead. This is Tillamook Bay, and it's the 50 acres we have that are underwater. And right there is Kilchis Point on your left.
Kilchis Point is the namesake for a community-based restoration project that began in 2011. It's 200 acres of county-owned property that hugs the eastern shore of Tillamook Bay near Bay City, Oregon. 200 years ago, it was also the hub of a Salish Indian culture that had arrived 1,000 years earlier.
It would have looked like long buildings, 20 by 60, and some smaller buildings. The streams would be clogged with salmon. Ducks would be available. Shellfish would be a very big deal, and it would not require more than a walk of 100 yards. And it never froze, and it never got hot. A magical land, I would think.
You can better understand this Oregon paradise when you step inside the newly remodeled Tillamook Pioneer Museum. Ancient artifacts are easy to see, and Albright boasts 50,000 of the artifacts in the museum's care. He can also explain how thousands of people that had thrived for so long seemingly disappeared overnight.
Between 1805 and 1851, we went from 2,200 to 400. They weren't losing wars, and they weren't even fighting with the settlers. They actually welcomed them. So it wasn't conflict, it was disease.
Back on the Kilchis Point Trail,
we tell the story there, and then we're bringing it forward here, and we hope people come and enjoy both our indoor and outdoor wonder.
You would think you had died and gone to heaven. This thing is gorgeous. It really is. It's totally natural, it's beautiful, it's fantastic, and you might see a bald eagle.
In fact, you will see many eagles on a day too nice to stay indoors. What strikes me here is the silence of the place.
Isn't it wonderful? I come out here and I feel good about everything. Yeah, it's wonderful.
Gary Albright's enthusiasm for Kilchis Point is definitely infectious, and he is always on the lookout for new volunteers to help out with projects that are just down the trail, including a new bird-watching blind so you can check out bald eagles any time of year. We have all the details, directions, and the contact information right here on the Travel Oregon website, so be sure to check it out. Until next week, do get out here and explore the great Oregon outdoors. Let Travel Oregon be your guide. For Travel Oregon, I'm Grant McComey.